Okay, we'll take a look at the seat of Bright, the second of these crucial. In fact, this is a more doubtful seat, you have to say, than Hartley. Southern coastal suburbs, Chloe Fox, a member again since 2006, a margin of 6.6%, 71% of the vote counted.
We're almost up to the point of a close of count for the night, because with the enormous proportion of postal votes, this could well be the end of counting. Chloe Fox is trailing the Liberal Party candidate on first preference votes, but Green preference has come into account here, as you'll see at the next screen. You'll find that the votes are tied 50-50. There's been a 6.6% swing to the Liberal Party. Now, that means there's only, 18 or so votes, 20 or so votes in there. It's going to be a preference. It's going to be a decision based on postal votes. So,
and it's a huge number of postals compared to the norm, isn't it?
There could well be, I would think, 2,000 postal votes to count.
And the Liberal candidate in Bright is Maria Cortizas, and she joins us. Thanks very much, Maria Cortizas. A knife-edge situation, it looks like.
Yes, it is, and it was expected.
Now, tell me, why do you think it's gone so close to the wire? Were you confident of picking up this seat?
Sorry, what was the question?
Were you confident that you'd be able to get as close as this?
We always knew it would be a tough haul. It was a big swing that we lost last time, and we always knew it would be tough and it would be coming down to the wire. And our committee has worked, our campaign committee has worked very hard, our supporters have worked very hard. We've known it would be an uphill battle, but we knew if we kept going, we'd have a chance in Bright, and here we are today with a chance in Bright.
And do you have any sense of how the postal votes might fall?
Look, it's hard to say. Historically, they do favour the Liberal Party, and we know we've had a huge postal vote at the moment that's outstanding, as well as pre-polling has been extraordinarily high.
Now, Chloe Fox, the sitting member we spoke with a short while ago, and she said that the campaign was almost like two campaigns. One fought on local issues, the other on leadership. How did you find the campaign?
Well, that's what you do when you campaign. You fight on local issues and on state issues. It's nothing new.
I suppose what she was saying was that it seemed for her to go from one to the other, that the leadership issue became more important. Is that what you felt?
I think Isabel Redmond resonated very well in our electorate. She had we do have some great policies, and she's a straight and decent person, and I think people recognised it.
Now, you do have an RAH candidate standing, and also fair land tax, and I presume you'll be expecting preferences too from Family First. So how hopeful are you that you will get over the line in the end?
Look, we're optimistic, but there's a lot more counting to do, and it might take a week, it might take longer, we don't know yet.
Thanks very much, Maria.
Thank you, Dominic.
Now, while we've been following the vote in South Australia with some intensity tonight, some of you may have forgotten that there is also a vote going on in Tasmania. It's got a very different system of voting in Tasmania, but our colleague Anthony Green, who is there, is suggesting that that outcome is going to be, the likely outcome is 10 seats to Labor, which going into this count today was the government in its own right, 10 seats to Labor, 10 seats to the Liberals and 5 seats to the Greens. The very large headline over that one is that whoever governs will have a poisoned chalice, but more on that a little bit later. We might... I'd like to get some sense, if you've got any idea, Kevin or Rob, as to how the leaders are going to play this tonight.
Well, look, I don't know. I don't think either. I mean, I don't think Mike Rann can make any comment until Isabel has conceded, and in fairness to Isabel, I don't think she's in a position to concede. So, and I wouldn't expect her to concede. I wouldn't be conceding in her shoes. I think we're probably going to have to
sleep. Don't say that, we could be here all night.
Well, look, again, I'm in the similar position. I don't know what is going on at the party headquarters, but if I was sitting in Isabel's shoes, I certainly wouldn't be conceding on the basis of the information that we've got. Certainly, a frank assessment is it's looking difficult for us, but there are seats that are still in play, and until they're actually either put out of play tonight or over the coming days, then I think you're certainly waiting, at the very least anyway, for a little while tonight.
Yeah, obviously both leaders are going to show themselves at some point to give their sense of how they read the figures tonight and what they're anticipating looking ahead to the counting over the next few days. But it seems increasingly likely that that the opposition leader is going to concede or that the Labor leader is going to claim government, which is an unusual situation, but not unexpected tonight, really.
So you can stay over tonight, and which I'm sure you were anyway, and we can reconvene tomorrow.
There's no precedent for that, actually, given. Anyway, so we might take a look at the single seat of Goyder in the Yorke Peninsula, and we're going to do that because the Deputy Liberal leader, Steve Griffiths, holds that seat, and we're going to be chatting with him in a second. This is a seat that the Liberals hold on 8.9% of the vote, and we've got 76% of the vote counted there.
It's a safe seat, Kerry, there's no question about that. Takes Yorke Peninsula and just over the top of the Gulf. Stephen Griffith has 10,000 to Christopher Hansford's 4,000. He's leading easily 60% to 25%. The important point is with the swing, because here again we have a safe seat which is showing a swing significantly greater than the statewide swing. So we're seeing that pattern again. Where there is the safe seats, it's a bigger swing. Stephen Griffiths will certainly be returned to the Parliament.
And Steve Griffiths joins us now from Liberal Party headquarters. Thanks for joining us. What's your take on how things are going?
It's very close, Dominic. We know that the numbers have been declared to some degree, but there's still a lot of optimism and hope, especially in Brighton, Newland and Hartley. We think we've got a good chance here with the postal vote situation, so very early days and far too early to call anything.
And do you think we'll get to a situation tonight where your leader, Isabel Redman, can call anything?
I would be very surprised about that. I was with Isabel probably only about 20 minutes ago. She's watching the telecast intently with her family and close friends. No doubt but it's important for South Australia to understand Isabel's a fighter. She will not concede until it is absolutely obvious what the decision will be. And I know she is very optimistic. She believes in the message she's delivered to South Australians over the last 8 months. She believes that South Australians want to see a change, and she believes in the policies that we put forward. So we still think we're a great chance.
Now, from what we're seeing, it looks as if the swings are greater in the safer seats, and then they're tighter in the seats that are more marginal. Now, is your reading of that it is, if you like, a protest vote, that people are voting against the Labor Party in areas where they know it's safe, that they're not actually going to change government?
Yeah, very strong swings against ministerial seats that the Labor Party holds too, in the range of 12 and 14%, and strong swings towards Liberal Party and Liberal held seats too. So clearly the people of South Australia are upset about what the Labor Party has done in the last 4 years in particular. They recognise the need for a change. We've just got to hope that that level of change continues to flow our way.
Do you regret your comments in regards to the RAH saving $1 billion and that was spin, essentially? That was something in the last days of the campaign which took you off message, if you like?
If I had my opportunity again, I would not say that. I probably wouldn't have had the interview with the journalist. But it's important to recognise in delivering that message to him, I spoke about the positives of our commitment to health of $176 million over the next 4 years, and the real commitment that all savings to do with our hospital rebuild compared to the government's proposal, we're going to be dedicated for health in the long term too. So that got lost in the message. I'm frustrated by that. I truly believe, though, that there were some people who recognised the sense of honesty that I gave in my answer, and I don't think it's affected the vote. You
don't think you've lost anything by that comment?
No, I live by the principle of being honest with people. I probably would have been a bit more choice in the words that I used, there's no doubt about that, but it was towards the end of a long day.
Now, whichever way this goes tonight, or indeed over the coming days, is Isabel Redman safe in the job?
Extremely. Isabel has been an inspiration to all Liberal members of Parliament in the last 8 months. She's demonstrated to the candidates who are going to have the opportunity to serve in the Parliament the true qualities that she brings to the Liberal Party. I have absolutely no doubt that Isabel Redman will be the leader of the Liberal Party for as long as she chooses to be.
Well, Stephen Griffiths, we'll leave it there and speak to you later. Thank you.
Thanks, Dominic.